What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Whomst podcast. I'm your host, George Collins. Season 2, baby. I'm happy. I'm excited. Might not sound like it because I'm a little frustrated because the quality sounds about the same as season 1. And by the time I came back to season 2, I thought I had this whole grand plan that by the time I come back, episode 1 of this is supposed to be like studio audio quality, like some stuff I paid for, and I sent in some other dude stuff, and and it sounds good, right? No. Things didn't work out, and I got impatient. I just wanted to record, and I missed y'all. Look, I missed y'all. I missed talking to myself. Okay, look, check this out. Now, I spent so much money on these damn devices to record and stuff like that. Sound like an old ass man. I'm finna get rid of it. Like the mixer and the mics and the computer and all that shit. Like, it looks good when you take selfies on Instagram, but it's a fucking pain in the ass compared to what I could be doing, especially for the quality of work, especially for what this podcast actually is. It doesn't need to be the best quality. You're just hearing me complain for 20 fucking minutes. That's all it is. So I'm gonna get me one of those USB mics, plug it into the computer, and that's it. End of the day. I just want to record. I want to bitch for 30 minutes at a time, and they call it a day. My audio editing is good enough to where I can fix whatever is wrong with my voice. Okay, I can do that. I'm pretty good at that, but I'm not being a lazy sack of shit. Okay, but hey, welcome to season 2. So what's going on with me? What's going on with me lately? If you don't know, I'm single. I'm single now. Yay. Edit in claps, audio, in disembodied claps and stuff like that, right? Hooray for me. Cause look, my mind have been foggy for the last few months, and you can kind of see that and see my frustration from the last few episodes. Like, okay, I did say I was frustrated in the beginning of this one, but it's nothing compared to what I was dealing with on the daily with that. I wasn't really in a super healthy relationship. I would say I was happy a lot of the time I was, but at the same time, based on how much work I was putting in for it, it wasn't being like mirrored from the other person. You know what I mean? So based on that and what I'm trying to do with my life, you know what I mean? Like, be a comic. I'm trying to be a comic or do radio or do whatever the fuck I want to do in entertainment. I can't do that. I can't start a family. It's like if you want to become a pro wrestler, like, you don't start a family then go become a pro wrestler. Like, it doesn't really work out based on a lot of the stories that I do. Like, it can happen, like, especially if you got a really supportive partner and stuff like that. But usually how most of the stories go, they end up dropping that person, even if they have kids, and dating someone that's on the road with them, like who's in the business with them, because not only do you get that support, but you get that person to be with you all the time. So it's not really healthy. And I tried that. You know what I mean? And I tried that, and it just wasn't going to do it. So I took a chance and just kind of stopped it. You know what I mean? Am I happy? Yeah. I would say about 80%. I would say I'm happy, a lot more happy than I was. It's not that I wasn't happy in it. Like I said, look, it was good times. It felt good coming off of work, knowing that you had somebody at home that you can rub your private parts against. It's really nice to have that, someone you can talk to sometimes. But arguments and sometimes on this specific relationship, it was the person wasn't being an adult enough for me, for what I needed and what I was sacrificing for this family that I wanted to create. You know what I mean? Why I keep saying that? Stop saying, you know what I mean? Okay. It was nice for a while, but like, in sex is cool, but like, you can have it. I've had it, and now I just want to do other things now. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person to my life is nothing unless I'm having sex every other day. Like that can that's kind of for the birds. I forget what artist that is. I have to look it up, but it's one of these artists, one of famous old school artists. Like he didn't have sex at all. Like he was cool, he was fine, and I don't know, it was weird. What am I ranting about? So basically what I'm saying, it wasn't about sex. It was about the connection, and after a while it wasn't there. I thought it was. That's why I took the time to bring that person to me, and we moved in together and all that stuff, and I gave it a try. But yeah, you can't read the future. If I could, I would have not wasted fucking 8 to 11 months, you know. Good job making the first episode of season 2 really awkward and weird. I'm sorry. Look, that's what I've been going through for the last month and a half. All right, that's what I've been dealing with. That's kind of the reason why I took a break from for season 1, because I could have kept going, but like my life would have bled into the show, and I didn't really want that, for real, even though I'm talking about it. But yeah, that was my life. Okay, but since we're talking about relationships and how weird that is, let's talk about the situation with Drake, because I've been writing a lot of material for him. Why? If you don't know, Drake has been texting a 15-year-old girl. Did you know that? Oh boy, Jesus Christ, what a mess. Oh boy. Okay, if you the air conditioner just kicked on, so if that's in the background, I'm sorry about that. But Drake, oh lordy, if you don't know what's going on with him, okay, shortly after his hit album Scorpion came out, Bobby Miley Brown, you know, the 15-year-old from Stranger Things, right? She went to some awards ceremony or something like that, and in one of the interviews on the carpet, she told people that she's been texting Drake. Well, Drake has been texting her. It don't matter. Both sides. It's creepy either way. She said Drake been texting her and shit like that, but try to make it seem like, oh hey, no, he's been texting me because he been giving me a life advice and boy advice because he used to be a child star as well, so he understands how hard it is and blah 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 blah. You just want to like pat her on the head. She want to say, oh, it's just friendly and stuff like that. Stop making it creepy, blah 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 blah. I just want to like pat her on the head, like, you poor little thing, you just don't understand how the shit works. It's current shit going on right now. This whole culture, this whole rape culture and all this shit is happening. It kills me that this isn't getting the attention that it should be, because people are saying, oh, technically he hasn't like did anything yet. They say that he's like, oh, people, they not canceling Drake yet because technically he hasn't done anything to her, but they want to wait until it's too goddamn late. They want to wait until he slaps his dick on her face. That's super weird. Against you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be explicit. That's how it is. Because once it actually does happen, let random 30-year-old dude go and find some freshman in high school and start giving her life advice, texting her and shit like that. Like, he'd get his ass beat before he even picks up the goddamn phone. Like, get the fuck out of here. But what one friend said on Facebook, it makes sense, but that's what's wrong with all this. That's what's wrong with all this. He said, people aren't, especially like people who do business with Drake, aren't like basically putting them 6 feet deep in the music industry because they don't want to lose money. So if their money isn't being threatened, then they won't do anything. And I got a whole bit talking about this, because then I bring up the whole Chris Hardwick situation, which I've talked about before. And based on what he does, it doesn't matter what he did, right? What he got accused of it, and his name wasn't even like said, but then he basically is jobless not even 24 hours later. So, and I asked people before, like, why did we do this? And of course, you know how feminists and shit is, and they'd be like, oh, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but it's basically because he has a penis, that's why he lost his job, so obviously he did it. We got to believe the women. That's what the hashtag is now. That's the trend. Believe the women, right? So, and I'm not even against it. That's what I'm talking about it, but I'm not against it. That's what people like to think. Just because I'm talking about it, I'm against it. No. So if we're gonna go with that way of thinking, right? Then why aren't we taking down Drake immediately? But and take down a possible cause and let him know at least, like, yo, you can't be fucking doing this. Like, let him know right away before it's too late. Because once it's too late, then the damage is already done. Like, we have the opportunity to see possibly what could happen in the future in slow motion right in fucking front of us, but nobody wants to fucking do anything. And I can't fucking do anything. All I can do is talk about it. Like, the only people that can do something about it is the people that works with him or for him or signs his checks. You get the point. Like, nobody from there is doing anything. They're just gonna let this creepy shit go on and just kind of like brushing under the rug that oh no, he's just being friendly with a 15-year-old. Again, let another random normal ass 30-year-old dude do that for some freshman. He get his ass beat. No, oh no, ain't no being friendly shit. No, fuck out of here with that shit, man. I joke and say that it's like it's weird. It's like is Drake privilege basically. It's a joke that I do now, but it's a joke that's not gonna last. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. It's not gonna age well. So it's not a joke that I'm gonna keep. So I joke and say that basically Drake has Drake privilege. It's black and white privilege. And if you don't know what black privilege is basically black people. We tend to give other black people a little bit of leeway, since the rest of the world doesn't give us leeway for like when we fuck up. So when we do dumb shit, we kind of defend our own people just because no one else will, even if it's really what they did was really fucked up or really dumb. A good example is the Chris Brown situation of him beating up our favorite little Jamaican girl. But all he had to do was like get 20 more tattoos, and now we buying his new albums and shit. Now obviously he's not as hot as he used to be, but like he's still making music and still selling out and all that shit, right? But my favorite example is R. Kelly. R. Kelly pissed on a minor, and we're still wondering when the next chapters of Trapped in the Closet gonna come out. Like that type of shit. That's black privilege. It's not super prevalent as white privilege, where you can drive 65 on a 15, hit a child, and you get a slap on the wrist and a ride to Arby's. And like that's, it's not as prevalent as that, but it's still there. You know what I mean? So Drake has a mix of both, right? He can do really dumb shit. It was kind of like let him go because he's also Canadian. So like he has all three of them things mixed up. So when he does shit like, unfortunately, texting a 15-year-old, it seems like how people are kind of ignoring it and not kind of like doing anything about it. People just gonna forget about it. It's kind of a dead meme right now. That's as I'm talking about it, because this happened like a month ago, and no one besides like a few friends who I call heroes are really talking about the whole situation. I hope I can have 2 or 3 episodes where I talk about this Drake thing. I want this to get hot, man. Speaking of Drake privilege, did you know that since going back to the whole like Chris Hardwick thing and believe the women and basically punish before you actually get all the evidence, that type of mentality, did you know that he basically was accused of raping an Instagram model and getting her pregnant, right? Of course, at the end of the day, all of it ended up not being true, but you never knew about it. You never knew about this shit. Why isn't nobody protecting this innocent little Instagram model, right? Since we're going with that mentality, right? And it kind of fucks me up because people like to, like, especially recently, people been trying to make me seem like I'm like a rape apologist, like some shit. It's just like, that's like a really bad insult. And I've been trying to like defend myself too, especially since I defended Chris Hardwick. People call me a rape apologist, but when I bring up shit like this, oh, they ignore it, right? And it bothers me because you ignoring these even this, if it's a little situation like this whole Drake thing, and it may not be that serious. He might actually be being friendly with this little girl, but at the end of the day, it's fucking creepy. We need to do something about it. So when you be an activist for #believe women, but then you ignore this famous guy, what's the word? Molding this 15-year-old girl, possibly molding this 15-year-old girl. You ignore it. You're part of the problem, because when it does happen, when something does happen, and let's say Miley does get hurt, then what? It's too fucking late now. Like, I'm not the best with words, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? What I'm trying to say is fuck Drake. Asshole. He's gonna get away with it. That's the thing is. Like, people so distracted with the Cosby shit. Like, that's kind of old news. We already knew he did that shit. He was gonna go to jail eventually. So, and he's so old, he's not gonna last that fucking long in jail anyway. That's why that's why he was joking around. Like, every time he was sent to jail, you see those videos of him looking back, and it's funny, but he knows he's not gonna live through jail. Speaking of fucking Bill Cosby, he got slapped with a chicken patty. I thought that was fake news, but dude, he got he got slapped with a chicken patty for telling a joke in jail. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. I just had the perfect idea for the cover art for this episode. It's gonna be Drake in the background, of course. And then Bobby Miley Brown, and I'm trying to find like some type of like picture of her like kind of scared, like have her disembodied head in front of it, and then have Drake behind her, like kind of like poking his eye like behind her neck or something like that, and then like in like a text bubble saying, "Kiki, do you love me? Are you 13?" That's perfect. Love it. Million views. I'm not done with him. Plus he's saying that again, back to what he was saying. He was saying, I'm just doing this for like advice. Again, it's just saying because he used to be a child star. He just trying to give her some life advice, some boy advice. And I say, what the fuck if you don't let this shit happen, if of all guys, why is Drake the guy that's supposed to give boy advice to a young female? Why not another female, huh? How about you? Like, if I would have heard like, oh, Drake gives his number, gives Bobby Brown his cousin's number for boy advice, now I wouldn't even be talking about this. But no, Drake has to be the one to give boy advice. Why of all people he think he's good at relationships? Just because you had a lot of them doesn't mean that you're good at it, motherfucker. The fact that you have a lot of them shows that you're not good at this, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, unless he's going with the whole mindset of, hey, don't date guys like me just because I'm rich. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm good for you. I'm rich and good looking doesn't mean I'm good for you. Like, unless he's going with that mindset, then anything he says is fucking creepy. Okay. All right. Jesus Christ. Like, was she showing her the ways of having a period too? Piece of shit. I hate him. I fucking hate him. I don't like him. I didn't like him before all this. So this is just giving me a reason to hate him even more, because look, even my favorite comedian, Bill Burr, said he didn't like him, which added more fuel to the fire. For years, I never really understood why I didn't like him. It was more on like being a hater. Yeah, I accept that. It's whatever. But he put in words. that I can finally understand. It's because he bitches even though his life is perfect. Like, it's right. It's right. He's been fucking rich since like early 2000, like Degrassi, and who knows what his parents does before that. So he's been living a pretty decent life all of his life. Like, especially with the whole, you already know about the meme of started from the bottom, now I'm here. Like, nigga, you probably lived in a cul-de-sac, you douche. When the last time you did dishes, you fucking asshole? You talking about your life is hard. You got fucking 8 figures in your bank. You got to eat noodles on purpose, you douche. Asshole. I hate him. I hate it. I hate his beard. I want to punch him in his face and knock his beard off. Like, asshole. Fake ass beard. Oh, George, you just being a hater. Like, I am. All right, just let me have this. Okay, it's not like he's gonna fucking hear this. And even if he did, right, and he responds, what the fuck? All he gonna do? I can just imagine everything he fucking says. He's gonna bring up his Twitter following, and he's gonna bring up his money because he doesn't know how to argue. He doesn't know how to argue with normal people. He doesn't know how to fucking do any of that. So he's just like one of those regular ass niggas who bring up how much money they got, and because he knows everything I fucking said is true. He's weird and he's creepy. And the only reason why I like really stuck to this whole story about him texting her, and I think it's creepy, because it's all the stories of other rich dudes chasing young women, like Will Valderrama. I fucking said his name so wrong. The foreign dude from that 70s show. All the young women he dated, like Lindsay Lohan when she was like 17, 18 or whatever. It's a bunch of them, dude. I have to read the status that I had shared, but it's like a bunch of them from back in the day. One famous, what was his name? Willie Nelson. One of those dudes. He had like a weird, catchy name. It's weird, but he's really known for dating like 15, 16-year-olds. Like Drake is just like that. He's just rich, and when rich dudes they get bored, they do shit that's not socially acceptable on the hopes that people will accept it because, quote unquote, oh, they don't know what social norms is anymore. Like, oh, they didn't know, oh, that's not acceptable and shit like that. Oh, or they try to go with the whole clause that, oh, well, they met them while they was in Alabama. That's why they was dating the 16-year-old. Like, get the fuck out of here. Eat my dick. All of them. Which that always bugged me too. I read that somewhere that you can date a 16-year-old in Alabama, right? Which, even if that was true, right? Why would you even try? Why would you do that? Why would you even, like, if you're 18, it's okay. Like, it's whatever. Like, y'all been dating for like a year now. It's whatever. You met her when she was 15, you was 17. It's whatever. Yeah, well, whatever. But if you're a 30-year-old dude, you're dating a 16-year-old. Obviously, it's fucking weird. Why would you go for that shit? If you're a pedophile, even if it's legal, it's fucking weird. And we just letting this shit happen. Okay, if you like this episode, look, I'm done. Look, if you like this episode, share it and put hashtag cancel Drake. All right. Everybody kind of stopped dancing to Kiki already, but like, let's just make sure this last album is his highest one. All right. His next ones won't go as high. All right. Let's cancel Drake. All right. Same as always. Follow me on Instagram at Cousin Broken. I have one link. I'm gonna have one link in the browser, in the description. Hit that. That's where everything. You can follow me everywhere. Follow my Discord. If you're really into your phone, you know how to use your phone. Follow me and chat with me on Discord. That's where you can like share weird articles and stuff like that, or especially with this whole Drake thing, like you get some updates posted on the Discord. So yeah, season 2. I am going to go into the studio. I don't know when. All right, see y'all later.